Hello everyone, it is that time again. New makeup is popping up for spring and summer, and I want to go through it with you guys and really just talk about if it's trash or if it's fire. And a lot of this stuff I haven't tried yet, so it's really just like what I think about it, if I'm excited about it or not. I love getting caught up with the new makeup with you guys, especially because I've been out of it a little bit. I have been traveling a little. I actually went to South by Southwest for a film one of my friends got in with, which was so exciting. I'm a big movie person, so that was so fun. But when I got back, I got a little sick, so I've been out of it a bit. The immune system just isn't what it used to be. But we're back and we're ready to get into this new makeup because some of it I'm questioning, and other things I'm actually really hyped for, really excited for. I'm gonna start with things that I've seen on Sephora. I feel like lately the Sephora app has been really great about previewing new products and letting you know when they're actually gonna launch. So even if they're not launched yet, you can still kind of look at them, look at the stats, look at photos, and I really have been enjoying that because sometimes they don't let you see anything until like day of launch. So let's start with something I am excited for. This is the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion Matte and Luminous Duo Bronzer. Okay, long freaking name. But I love that this is a split pan bronzer. I love that there's a matte side. I love that there's a glowy side. I just am really into this type of product. I feel like it fits not only my style when I really think of like 10 to like 15 years of makeup loving on my end. This feels very much something I used to use and something I want to come back to and use as well. So I'm really excited for this product. It also seems like these are going to have a little bit more of a reddish hue to them, something that's going to look really sun-kissed and almost give you a little bit of like a sunburnt look. I don't know, I haven't tried them yet, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, and I really love that kind of look, especially going into summer. I love bronzer. I think it just looks really healthy. I think it just like, oh, it always gives me a good oomph, especially too, like coming back from being sick, it's like, bronze me up, baby. Okay, let's pretend we've seen the sun. So I'm very, very stoked for that one for sure. Oh my gosh, this one from Pat McGrath is kind of huge. I think this is beautiful. It's a new mothership. These are those big palettes, which we can argue, you know, where are palettes at? I would love to know your thoughts. Actually, we can talk about that in another video. I'm very excited to just get back to posting videos, but palettes are just not having the moment they used to have, you know? I feel like all I wanted were palettes, give me a new palette, and I feel like that kind of went into blush, and now it's more staple type products, lip products, those types of things are a little bit more popular. And even with my own self, I do love eyeshadow still, but I do something very simple, and I'm usually using 1 or 2 eyeshadows. That all being said, this mothership palette, the Petalmophorsis, I do think it's stunning. If this came out a few years ago, it would have been mine like that. I just really love the colors. There's like this limey chartreuse. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a chartreuse moment. I love it. If we're really breaking this palette down, okay, there are a lot of pinks and golds and kind of mauve-y tones, which I don't think are that new necessarily for Pat McGrath, but I do feel like this combination in general is really beautiful. It's giving Secret Garden with the outer packaging and just, again, all those specific colors together. I do think it's giving a different vibe than what we've been seeing from Pat McGrath, and I think that is exciting. The swatches look incredible. I feel like these swatches always look incredible though, like the way they do the lighting, they are selling the swatches, which in some ways I appreciate. I don't feel like it's completely false advertising. Sometimes the colors are a little off, but I definitely don't want the false advertising, right? But I also do appreciate when brands take the time to really like photograph their products well and really like give the vibe, give the like story, and put some effort into that. I feel like if you look at some swatches, even on like the best palettes, these swatches looking dusty, crusty, and gross, and are doing like no favors for whatever product they're selling. So I just have to say, I do appreciate that. You know, they always look sumptuous. That all being said, I've said all this amazing stuff about this palette, but I am not gonna be getting this. I know in my heart that this just isn't gonna get enough love and use from me. It's $128. It's definitely a luxury purchase, an expensive item, and I just know I love a duo. I love a shadow stick. I just have different preferences right now, and this is one of those items I can look at from afar and be like, beautiful for the right person, love it, want them to do all the beautiful looks, but I know, at least in this moment of my life, it is not for me. and so I have to just like admire it from afar. But I did think this was really pretty. I did. I like it. I like it. A product from Haus Labs. This is the Bio Radiant Glassy Balm Highlighter Stick. As the name suggests, it's a hydrating highlighter stick. This just isn't the type of product for me. I know it. I think these can give beautiful, glassy, editorial shine. And if that is your style, if that is what you need, maybe you have really dry skin, maybe something like this is great. I'm going to give it a swatch again. I love going in person, really swatching things out, especially things I'm not convinced by, you know, given just a screen, you know, but I will say I just don't think this is for me. A lot of times highlighters like this, and maybe this formula is different, but they can either be sticky or kind of greasy, and I have oily skin. I just don't need it. My skin, give it a couple hours, baby. I'll have the shine for you. I will have it. So I don't think this is the right product for me, but I mean, it's really selling the highlighter fantasy. We're seeing a lot more highlighters coming out, which me, like only a year and a half ago would have been like, thank you. I like was wanting the highlighters when there were no highlighters. I swear I'm always like behind the frickin' I'm always like just not quite there. I'm blush draping when blush isn't popular, then blush is popular. Like what the hell? Anyway, for $30, I'm not gonna just pick that up even to try, even though it's new. I'm not gonna do it, especially because I didn't love the stick blushes that came out. Those were also kind of glossy. I just need something that's a little bit more of like a cream formula that isn't too hydrating or glossy. So, okay, before we get too far into all this stuff, I want to talk about something I was so excited for, okay? This is a fire item. This is something I have been wanting to come back for so long, you guys. I'm being very dramatic, but I feel like it's warranted, okay? The Merit lip liners. This is the original Merit lip liner that I got in a set from 2023 holiday, I wanna say. It was like this glossy set. It came with a shimmer eyeshadow, which they don't have. I don't think they've released any shimmer eyeshadows. They've all been the matte. It came with like the oil or something, and then it came with this lip liner. And this is such a unique formula because it's sheer and glossy in a lip liner. Like what? That just feels like wrong. Like what are you talking about? But I absolutely love this. I think it is so easy to use. I love that it's a little glossy. It kind of gives some plump and some light to your lips. But because it's in a small stick, you can really target where it's gonna go. I love that it's a little sheer because it's more forgiving. It's a great easy liner to put on just like after you've done all your makeup and your lips kind of like shrink away. At least that's what happens to me. This revives them, brings them back. I'm wearing the bespoke color, which is the color that came in that kit. I'm raving about this because I'm so happy to announce that they have launched a whole line of them. It took a while, but they are here. These are the signature lip sheer lip liners, tons of different colors, which I feel like Merit does a good job of doing these more desaturated neutrals. And so I'm so excited. I have bespoke. I really do like the shade. It's what I'm wearing right now. That's all I'm wearing on my lips. I kind of filled in my lips a little as well as doing my lip liner. And then the other color I've really been loving, I believe, is Beverly Hills. It's very, very similar to my lip shade. So when I'm using it as a lip liner, it's not necessarily giving me definition, but again, it's kind of just solidifying the lip line, giving it that tiniest bit of oomph and shape while also adding a little bit of gloss. And it's really beautiful. I love that I can wear it also if I'm doing no makeup, which, you know, I tend to put makeup on most days if I'm really going out. I just feel really good in it, all that. I have a lot of redness as well, but I feel like it's a lip liner that actually works for those kind of days. So very excited for this. This is like between these and the Refi lip blurs, I am just like, yes, my easy go-to products are sealed and secured. So excited that these are out and that other people can enjoy them, especially if you're looking for an easy lip liner, something a little different. You guys know I'm also not usually into a twist up lip liner, but for these, they work. It just really works. So very, very excited for that launch. That was a really great one. Oh, we're going back to Pat McGrath. What is up with this Candy Crush collab? Do we know? What? Okay, I'm looking at the promo photos here. It looks like it's all just lip products and then some nail polishes. And you know, I'm so torn when things like this happen. I think a good collab, when it makes sense, is really fun, actually. I know we've been seeing tons of IP collabs, which IP stands for intellectual property. So like Candy Crush is its own IP. Pat McGrath is like a makeup brand. They're collabing together. They're like combining their audiences. They're, you know, trying to create hype, trying to create like a a need, a desire. I don't know if it's here for this one, but I'm torn when I see stuff like this because if, again, it is the right collaboration, I think it can be a really fun thing, something unique or different, or a really cool exploration of some artistic idea. That's like the best case scenario. I don't know if that's what this is. I mean, we have these kind of like candy cane tops. This is like a game app, which, you know, okay, like people love it. My mom's on like level I don't even know. So like people love this game, don't get me wrong. I just feel like with a brand like Pat McGrath, which I think of luxury and just artistry and just so many other things, I don't know if this is it. I know she's done Star Wars though, so like, I don't know about this. It's reminding me of the collabs Bobbi Brown has been doing as well. I know there was like a Powerpuff, there's like the Pac-Man. Like, again, in some ways I think it can be so fun, and I hate the idea that luxury can't be fun. Like, when I think of that, I'm like, oh, I don't love that, you know? But I don't know, again, if this is quite right and if it fits the brand a ton. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, okay? I just don't know if it's for me. While we're on the topic though, and we're still with Pat McGrath, she is going to become the creative director of a new Louis Vuitton beauty brand, I believe, which I think is actually really exciting. I do love a little dabble. Maybe a little more than a dabble at this point, but I do love a good luxury makeup item. Okay, I don't like all of them. A lot of times they're no better than anything else out there, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I love a nice packaging, and I'd rather have something just really nice that looks good, like it fulfills all the boxes, checks off all the boxes, and feels like this special piece of makeup than having like 4 or 5 other products that maybe add up to that same thing. So like, again, it can be expensive, but if it's just that one, that treasure, I think it could be nice. Will we get that kind of makeup? I don't know, but I think it could be good. I'd love to see it. You know, I think she's an amazing artist, and I really do love seeing the makeup looks that she does. So I'm excited to see what that kind of collaboration and what the Louis Vuitton makeup is gonna be. So I'm excited for that. Continuing on, we are getting just like an update with these OleHenriksen Pout Preserve lip treatments. You guys know I really love these, but we did get a strawberry sorbet glimmer. I actually haven't picked this up. I have been over here just like living life. I've just been taking a little slow. I've really been enjoying, you know, really using my products, and the Sephora sale is about to happen. So, you know, I've been trying to like keep it chill so I can get a discount. But I am happy that we got this in a shimmer because I really didn't understand why the strawberry sorbet didn't come out with the initial line of glimmers, because that's my favorite one out of all of the original lip pouts. So I thought that was a good expansion. There's some new lip oils from YSL. These are the Loveshine Plumping Lip Oils. They're going to be launching toward the end of the month, which is coming up. And I do think these look nice. I'm surprised these actually didn't come out sooner. I know that people love like the candy sticks, the candy shine stick. I don't know. I don't know all the names for all their products. I feel like YSL specifically has a lot of different lip products and like slight variations and finishes and colors and opacities. But for them to not have this kind of lip oil, I know back in the day they had a lip oil. Do you guys remember that? I remember everyone loving that. Lip oil had like a really long, skinny little doe foot. That's what I remember anyway. But I feel like this is a very trendy product. It especially would have hit, I feel like, at the height of the Dior ones. It really could have competed, but it's a little later, you know? Lip oils are still popular. I'm still excited for some glossy lips, so I still think it's good, but you know, I don't know, just something I was thinking about. There are some new shades in these Prada Beauty eyeshadow palettes. Now, these kind of little quads, quints, this has 4 shades, so quad. I am more drawn to things like that. That being said, this is $85. Luxury price point, very expensive for a little quad. And when they initially launched, there wasn't anything from the original line that I was really like having to have. They have this really cool one called Profusion, which has a chartreuse in it, so I was very, very tempted, but all the other colors are very smoky. There's like a black, which I just didn't necessarily need, again, for $85. So I have held out, but there are 3 new colors. These are all kind of similar, but just like variations, if that makes sense. Gradients. There's one called Peony. It supposedly has like a little bit of a holographic shade in there. This is definitely very light, and when I look at this, it looks boring. It looks beige, but if I'm being real, I feel like a palette like this in practice actually would get a lot of use from me, okay? Because I do like a more light lid right now, something really easy and like lets my lashes shine and kind of focusing on other things. So I could see myself actually really liking it, even though when I look at it initially, I'm like, It's one of those ones in person, maybe swatching would help me know. Next, there's Pansy. This one to me, I'm more drawn to. Again, it has a little bit of like a holographic, what they're calling, which probably is just like a duochrome realistically. And it looks like almost one of those blue-brown pigment type of things. So like a greeny blue top, but like a warm reddish brown base. Very, very pretty. And then the last one here, this is the deepest one. It also has that same kind of duochrome, a little bit deeper. This one seems also like it'd be the blue-brown, maybe more similar actually to the blue-brown pigment, but I think all of those are really pretty and the ones I've been drawn to the most when it comes to these quads. So we'll see. If I happen to be in a store and I swatch them and maybe one of them actually works, maybe I'll actually try out the Prada quad formula, but I haven't been convinced yet. They've been out for a little bit, but I haven't quite done it. Next from Too Faced, this is the ribbon wrapped lash extreme length tubing mascara. I just gotta say, I really do like the name on this one. I don't know, I think ribbon is cute and I think it goes with Too Faced actually. And I don't know, it's just a cute little name. I like the pink packaging. I did actually try this today for the first time. I was sent this and I don't know how to feel about it. Initially, it was a little gloopy. I do love a tubing mascara though, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a try. You guys know I love my Cali Ray, okay? Cali Ray, come hell or high water. I'm obsessed, I love it. So I don't know if this is gonna knock that one out because I feel like from the tube, I can just use that one and it's not too wet, it's not too dry, it just really works well. But I did find on my second eye, I didn't like re-dip back into the tube and it was a better application. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna keep using it and see how it is. Also, I haven't like taken it off, so I don't know how that process is gonna go, but I do love more tubing mascaras. I think that they can be difficult to make a good one, but if you can get a good one that still gives you a fluffy, beautiful lash and has the benefits of not flaking, not coming off, not smudging, and being really easy to actually remove at the end of the day, I'm all for that. Like, I love that. So I'll keep you guys updated on that one. These from Iris and Romeo, I'm actually pretty excited for. They're the Weakened Skin SPF 30 Moisture Lip Balm. These are kind of reminding me of the Rowan like liquid lip balm type products, which I have really loved in the past. So I'm excited to potentially try these out. They look glossy. I hope they just have a nice mouth feel, like something that's plush, not too thick, but not thin. So I'm hoping that they'll be good. They also do have SPF in them, which I think is a great benefit, but a lot of the times SPF also can like taste disgusting. Okay, it gets in the back of your throat. It's so disgusting. I hate the taste of SPF, okay? I hate it so much. So I'm really hoping that that isn't a problem, but I have tried many a lip balm, a lip product that has SPF in it and it has not worked out for me. I'm pretty sensitive to it like just sticking. It sticks the landing in the back of the tongue, okay? So we'll see if those are good. Something from Ouai, they are expanding on the St. Bart's line, which you guys know I love. I love the St. Bart's smell and we're getting it in the leave-in conditioner, which I am so glad. I really do like this leave-in conditioner, but I don't love the original scent. Like it's fine, it's good. I could see other people liking it, but I was introduced to it via the Byredo collab. That's like an actually great collab, I feel like. Byredo and Ouai did Mojave Ghost in it and it was so good. I went through 2 of those and so I'm like, finally I can have like a good smelling one for the leave-in conditioner. So that's definitely something on my radar. Okay, this one has me like, what? Can you believe we're already getting new shades of the Glaze Craze tinted lip balms or serums from Laneige? They just came out. Like I'm not that behind. They just came out. But we're getting strawberry sprinkles, a cool pink. We're getting blueberry jelly, a vibrant purple, raspberry jam, and also maple glaze. And I do think these are good additions to the line. Maybe there was just like an issue with production. I just don't know why they released so separate from each other. I'm assuming something like that happened because I don't understand, but we're getting more shades if you liked them. I'm on the fence. I could see people loving them. I thought I would love them more than I do. And I don't know if the colors are really gonna change my mind about that, to be honest. Ooh, okay, this I'm excited for from Bobbi Brown. This is gonna be coming right at the beginning of April. These are the Pot Rouge Velvet Matte Cream Blushes for lips and cheeks. They already have the Pot Rouges, but they are a more cream formula, but it's like a nice thick cream that even though it gives you like a glossy sheen, I love them. I really do. Powder pink is so pretty. It's literally not powder pink, but it's a beautiful color. Anyway, those have almost like a lip gloss. I feel like every time I'm describing them right now, it's like, you're saying that's good? And I'm like, yeah, I swear, they're really good. But a velvet matte version of these, I am interested in. I definitely want to try. So those are for sure on my list to get my hands on because I want to see how they compare. I love the idea that there would be a matte version, something maybe blurring. I hope it's not too mattifying. I hope it's just like that perfect, easy to use formula. So I'll keep you updated because those are coming to me. I'm getting one of those. Okay, something I'm actually excited about from Urban Decay. I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, whoa, really? Will I like it? That will be determined, we'll see, but these are the 24/7 Glaze-On Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadow. It's a liquid eyeshadow. I'm a little scared. I am scared, but there are some fun colors. These are really pretty, glittery, glimmery, glossy. Like, they look like fun. Definitely seems like a good thing for like festival season. That's what it's kind of giving. I'm intrigued. I love a little sparkle. Okay, I'm simple. I do love a little sparkle. You know, it's gonna bring me over. I'm gonna give it a look. It's reminding me of like the Stila Glitter and Glow. Like, do you remember when those were the thing? Oh man. Okay, it feels within that vein. I don't know about this applicator. It's like a little brush in there. That thing's gonna be sopping wet. It's gonna be like a wet mop in there, right? We'll see. Maybe it's sponge tip, I don't know. But Sugar Twist looks like a beautiful color. Silver Spooning, also really beautiful. There's Space Cowboy Intense, also really beautiful. So some great neutrals, but there are some fun colors. Not too many, but the perfect amount. I feel like, you know, there's a little bit of variety there. I'm intrigued by them. I hope that they're a good liquid formula. I hope they don't dry too fast. I hope they don't look splotchy. I hope they don't get flaky. Like, I hope they don't look scaly on the eyes. Those are all problems that happen with liquid eyeshadow. So I'm very skeptical at the same time that I'm excited for them. Okay, Supergroup has a Glowscreen Sunlighter Glow and Protect stick. I kind of like this. I've heard things like, I don't know how much a stick sunscreen's really protecting you. So like, maybe this isn't the only thing you put on. I'm not the sunscreen expert. I just do my best, okay? I'm doing my best to fight the sun and stay protected. But I do like the idea of this. I like the Supergroup just regular glow screen. I wore it actually the other day. I'm like bringing it back out. It's turning into summer and I put it all on. I actually did a little makeup over it, just like a little concealer, a little like more bronzer, powder and blush and all that. And it looked really good. Yes, it is glowy. It's very, very glowy, but there is something about it. I don't know. I love the energy it gives me. I love the way it makes me feel and look. I really like it. And I've liked that product for a while, but I never really liked putting anything on top of it. It was just like a one and done kind of product. If I was gonna do my makeup, I'm using other things. Like that is like for the beach or for like errands or like a no makeup day essentially. But it really worked out doing a little bit more. So I don't know. I feel like maybe I've become more accustomed to not having as full of coverage on my skin. I don't really know, but it was working and I can foresee myself doing that a lot more this summer. So I don't know, the stick seems exciting. It feels kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury though with SPF. I don't think that one has SPF in it. But again, I don't really know how much that's really gonna protect you. I would also do other SPF things, I think. I don't know. Okay, from Huda Beauty, we are getting a new Easy Bake Blurring Setting Spray with 16-hour wear. Intrigued. I feel like, you know, setting sprays can do a lot. You kind of just have to layer everything. The other day, I really was like, okay, I need this makeup to last. I have very oily skin. I also need to moisturize. There's a lot going on here, but I also didn't want my makeup just looking like shit by the end of the day. Like, I was like, I need this to last a little bit more. So use a setting mist, then put all my products on. I did the Huda powder, then I sprayed it all again. I sprayed it down, okay? I really made sure that my face was pretty coated in mist and then let that dry. Then I went in and just kind of like touched up powder wise with a really light translucent powder. And I had some good results. You can't touch it. If you touch a little bit, that might get fucked up and like everything else is looking weird. But just like don't have an itchy face. If you do, gentle, light pokes. You gotta really to baby it a little bit more. It's not as easy just to like do this and then like, you know, you might be in a in a bad position, but if I didn't mess with it, it looked really good. Anyway, long story. I feel like, okay, I'm really chatty today and I'm chatting over the sirens. My favorite thing to say, that all being said, I think it's a good release for the line. I feel like it really fits in with the Easy Bake and the setting powders we've been seeing, the primer that came out, even the foundation or like skin tint kind of product, which wasn't my favorite. I just feel like it definitely fits within that and makes sense to me. Okay, continuing on with some of the new stuff from Benefit Cosmetics, we're getting the Hoola Wave Bronzing Balm. I'm not sure how great the shade range is, but the fact that there's a shade range and not just like Hoola, the one Hoola, or maybe like Hoola and Hoola Light, I am happy to see. So, and I do like the idea of this kind of bronzing balm. There's a lot out there though. I like the NARS one. That's like one of my favorites. I used it today. So good, so good. So like that type of product. Don't know if I'll pick that one up. Okay, these from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know, tell me why I like these, okay? There's these heart blushes, split pan. The reason I didn't pick these up is because I didn't love the colors, and I'm like, girl, you can't buy you don't like the colors of, like, how the fuck are you gonna use it? So I didn't buy these. Maybe in person the colors would work better, but I don't even understand one side. Is it like a setting? What is this? It's a highlighter and a blush, but it looks almost like a powdery highlight, like a powdery matte highlighter type thing. I don't know about all of that, but I liked the packaging, which is a little Polly Pocket. It's like this heart with a crystal heart in the middle. Anyway, I thought the packaging was cute. That was it. I didn't like the actual product, so I didn't pick that up. Oh, I should talk about this with the Urban Decay. Along with those liquid shadows, we're getting stick shadows. Okay, if you don't know, I love a stick shadow. Give me a million stick shadows, okay? I just think they're so easy to use. I love them if they're good. If they suck, then obviously no thank you. But we have some neutrals coming and we're getting shimmers and mattes. So, ooh, those are really exciting. I have way higher hopes for those than those liquid shadows, but I think just in general, I'm glad to see them doing some individual eyeshadow type products. I am just more interested in that personally. I know palettes bring the value. They definitely bring the value. You're getting a lot more shades, yes, for more money, but when you break that down individually, you know, each thing is cheaper and it can hurt to buy those individual products for a lot of money. But if you can find that right shade that you're going to be using over and over and over again, I feel like the use that you're getting can be worth it depending. Whereas again, with the eyeshadow palette, you might just have 1, 2, maybe 3 shades that you're actually dipping into regularly, and the rest, although they're adding value, are they? Are you using them? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, getting off of that. Westman Atelier is coming out with some blush duos. These I'm intrigued by. I love the Westman Atelier cream blushes. I have been obsessed with those for a little bit now. And so a powder blush I definitely want to try. I think some of them have like more of a sculpting element as well. So I don't know. I want to try those in person. I want to swatch some of them, see what the formula is like. I'm assuming it's going to be really, really nice, but I don't know, intrigued for sure. I'll talk about Rose Whip here from Fleur. This is a fragrance, which if you guys don't know, I have a whole fragrance channel. Definitely go check that out if you're into fragrance. But I mentioned Rose Whip over there in a recent video, but I hadn't smelled it yet, but now I have. So I'll give you a little update. This is a rose fragrance. It has notes of pink pepper, blackcurrant in the top, rose osmanthus and nutmeg in the mid, amber, cashmere wood, and musk in the base. I will say very rosy. It's like a little deeper, kind of sexy, but I'm surprised there's no vanilla. To me, it has like this fluffy vanilla kind of encapsulating all the rose and those kind of spices. And I really like that. It actually reminds me, at least, of like a less fruity, a less bright version of Delina Exclusive. If you are familiar with anything, maybe this is like, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, which I get that. But that's kind of what I'm getting from it. I actually like it quite a bit. I'm not huge into rose fragrances necessarily, but I actually thought this one was pretty nice. So a little thought on it. It's a new one from Fleur. They come out with quite a few perfumes, and that's their newest launch. I kind of want to get caught up with ColourPop because I swear I'm just like, don't know what's going on at all with what they're doing. I feel like they've slowed down on the releases. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, but it just doesn't feel like as much as I remember at one point. It was just like every week there was like a huge collection coming out every week. But it does look like we have a collab though. This is the Disney and Pixar Toy Story collection. Not surprised to see this because they have been doing a lot of Disney stuff, I feel like. So Toy Story I think is a fun one. The palette's kind of rainbow, and I think like trying to capture a lot of different toys and the color story. Story. I can see it. I feel like take away the marketing of Toy Story, it could be a lot of things. It could be a palette for a lot of different things, but I feel like with those added elements, I get it. Definitely not the one for me just because it's a little more colorful. There are though some of these, like, what are these? Glossy lips. These are kind of cute. They remind me of some different like Asian beauty stuff, maybe some like K-beauty lip products. I actually think those are really, really cute and do a good job of being like a functioning gloss, something you would actually use, colors you would actually use, but also being cute and kind of characters and a little bit more collectible. So that's kind of fun. There's a like twisty lip balm that is the Pizza Planet little like alien guys, like, take me to your master. I don't think that's right. What the fuck am I saying? It's been a second. It's been a second since I've seen Toy Story. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I was an Aristocats girl, okay? But it kind of reminds me of the Laneige lip balm. There's also a green mascara. I don't know. Some fun items for sure, just not quite for me. What else have they done? What else is going on in ColourPop land? Maybe some lip products? I don't know. 6 new juicy plumping. I'm so over these little plumping little stick things. Over it. Over it. Get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I am. I really am. I think they also relaunched their stick foundations, which I'm like, you had stick foundations, then they weren't that good. I was excited for them then. Now we have new ones. Like, they are just really redoing and revamping, I feel like, a lot of their line. That's what's been happening the last couple, maybe like even 2 years now. Ever since they went into Target, I feel like they've been really like revamping basics and stuff. So not a ton happening. Not a ton happening on ColourPop, which I never thought I would say. I never thought I would say that. These lip products kind of intrigued me from Naturium. These are the Photo Glow lip balms, but they're shimmer versions. And instead of having like the squeeze tube, they do have a doe foot, which I actually kind of liked. I liked that they switched it up and didn't have them just squeezy. A doe foot's really great for application. And I thought the colors looked nice. I think they're quite sheer, so I don't know how much of a difference there really is between them. But I just thought it was like girly and cute and like the kind of products I'm drawn to. And I know Naturium's a little more affordable. They're $12 each. So that one kind of caught my eye. But you know, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? There's a NARS collection. I don't know if I've talked about this. This one's been out a little bit though. This one's been out for a second. It's limited edition. It's inspired by the south of France. And I do like the packaging. The insides of these, I'm assuming blush palettes, are kind of what we get a lot of the time from NARS. So like not the biggest switch up here, but I do think if maybe it was something that caught your eye, it could be a fun thing. Are they cheeks? Yeah, I think they are. There's also a few lip products, kind of a small little collection, timely for the season for sure, but I think I'm gonna end it here. I could have sworn we had more to catch up on, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice that there's like enough new stuff, but also not like so much, and it's enough to just like see what I'd actually like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out, talking about the new stuff. I'd love to know if you've tried any of it, what you're thinking. I'd love to know also if there's something I've missed that you think's really good, maybe you've tried. Let me know, especially anything that's going to be at Sephora. Again, I'm kind of creating my little wish list and things that I'm eyeing for what I'm going to pick up. I'm excited to just kind of shop around and try some new things. And also I have to restock some stuff. Like that's actually a lot of what I have a lot of stuff that I need to re-up on. So anyway, I'm just rambling. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.